Do you find it hard to get professional sounding vocal mixes? Do you struggle getting the vocal open and bright but without sounding harsh? Or maybe you struggle to get the vocal sounding full and rich, instead it ends up sounding muffled? If so, you've come to the right place, because in this video I'm going to show you 8 decent tips to get your vocals from sounding bad,
Blackbird singing in the dead of night,
to sounding good.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night.
Not only that, but everything I'm going to show you in this video is completely free and instantly available. Tip 1. A good master starts with a good mix, and a good mix starts with a good recording, and a good recording starts with a good performance. You must nail the performance and the recording, otherwise everything downstream of that is going to sound bad. Our first tip is taken from the expression, you can't turn crap into gold, and the fastest way to turn your vocal recordings to crap are to have plosives. Plosives are that annoying wind noise you get in the microphone from saying "puh." Now, I'm a professional mastering engineer, not a professional singer, so the demonstrations I'm going to sing for you in this video to demonstrate these tips and tricks is definitely to be taken for demonstration purposes only. But let's use the opportunity to see how not to record the vocal.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night, take these broken wings and learn to fly. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? So you can hear all of the P sounds are coming through the microphone and it's sounding dreadful. If you record anything like this, it's just going to sound horrible and you're not going to be able to save it in the mix with some fancy plugin. You can try, but the quality is not going to be that good. And also the breathy noises, you're just hearing all of that coming through the microphone and it sounds awful. What you need is a pop shield. Now, we're saying about free stuff in this video, so you're going to need a coat hanger and bend it and put a sock on it.
So here's the coat hanger. You can see that I've stretched it into a diamond shape, and I've just got a sock, a long sock. And you just simply put the sock on the coat hanger and then you can make your pop shield like this. This definitely isn't rocket science. And there we are. We have a pop shield. Alternatively, you can just buy one, but we're talking about free stuff in this video.
Even if I get up really close like I was before, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked is way better with this.
Just with a sock and a coat hanger, we've dramatically improved the quality of our vocal right off the bat. I've gaffer taped it to the stand, and we can try again to sing Blackbird and see if that has any effect on the quality.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night, take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you're only waiting for this moment to arise.
Tip 2 is being really close to the microphone. Some people think that when you're really close to the microphone, it sounds intimate and more detailed. Well, actually, no, it doesn't sound more intimate and detailed. It just sounds bad and unbalanced and muffled. Now, if we move back to about here, I think that sounds better. We can volume match it, that when you're really close to the microphone, it sounds intimate and more deep. And now we can hear that it sounds a bit more open and a bit better. But then people say, I want to be close so I can exclude the room, because otherwise we're going to get too much echo. When here, this isn't a studio. This is just a YouTube set that I built in my attic. And in fact, this is probably worse than most bedrooms because it's just got a concrete, untreated concrete floor and reflective bare walls. It's actually quite echoey in here. It doesn't sound that good at all. But being that far away from the microphone, actually it's excluding quite a lot of the room because that's still quite close. We don't have to eat the mic and be directly up against it. So let's say this is a nice distance. If we go back further, obviously we can hear more of the room, and that doesn't sound very good at all. You don't want to do a vocal recording like that because it's just going to sound bad. But if we're about here, then the vocal recording is actually going to sound quite good, and we don't need to be right up against the grill with our lips touching the metal. The third tip is a tiny bit singer dependent, because depending on the gap between your front teeth or the way you pronounce certain words, people have more or less sibilance. Sibilance is the S sound, and it can really jump out the mix and be horrible if it's not tamed in the right way. So we're going to talk later about the S's, but in the meantime, it's better to actually just record it in the best possible way. And one of the things that you can do to reduce that, not only plosives but also the sibilance, is putting the mic in the right place. You can angle it just slightly, just rotate it so it's slightly off axis and you'll get slightly less sibilance. Another thing you can do is if the singer is looking down slightly when they sing, move the microphone here so that the air goes more in this direction rather than straight at it. Or if you're Liam Gallagher and you sing like that, maybe you do the opposite, put it there so you're singing up there. Tip 4. So by now, hopefully we should have a good sound coming into the computer. It's not too loud and clipping. It's not too quiet and has loads of noise. It's not too close so it's sounding muffled and weird. It's not really sibilant directly there. We can move it a bit off axis or do something for the sibilance. It's not got plosives because we've got a pop shield. So it should be coming through sounding good. Now we can start talking about mixing. And if we want our mixes to sound awesome, then we need to know how to mix in the best way. Well, I've got a modestly priced mini course on mix preparation for mastering over at my website, AP Mastering. But I said in this video that everything's going to be free. So you don't even need to pay for my course because I've got a micro course which I've released free with Home of Sound. I'm going to leave a pinned comment down below with the link to my website with my premium courses, but also the link to that free micro course I did with Home of Sound. So definitely check out those links if you want to upgrade your mixes in general. But today we're talking specific about vocals, and the number one thing you can do in mixing to make your vocals faster and richer and to embed more in the mix is to use compression.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you're only waiting for this moment to arise.
For our fifth tip, we need to de-ess our vocals. I get so many mixes as a mastering engineer where the vocals are not de-essed and they don't sound right. The S's are popping out the mix and it's distracting and it doesn't sound good. And then they EQ the vocals duller to compensate for that. But now we've got a dull vocal. We don't want that. We want to properly de-ess our vocals.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you're only waiting for this moment to arise.
For our sixth tip, because we've de-essed our vocal and we don't have any pesky sibilants popping out the speakers and hurting our ears, we can now EQ up the air frequency of the vocal and get real sparkle and clarity there.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you're only waiting for this moment to arise.
So that is how we get the clarity from a vocal without it sounding harsh. We need the de-essing in combination with that high frequency shelving EQ to bring out those air frequencies. Tip 7. As a mastering engineer, sometimes I get mixes with vocals that have way too much reverb. You don't need as much reverb as you might think, because when you start putting it on and playing with the reverb, you sort of get carried away, and then you sort of get used to it and you like that sound, and then it ends up staying like that.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly.
You don't want your vocal to be swimming in reverb. Back it off a bit, that'll give more clarity and make your mix sound better. And for our final tip, some people will think it's obvious, some people may have never heard of it, so it's worth a mention, and that's slapback. Slapback is basically duplicating your vocal track and delaying it a bit so that you have an echo. You've got the dry vocal and then you hear the wet vocal come back really quickly, something like 50 milliseconds.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you're only waiting for this moment to arise.
If you got this far in the video, you definitely got some value from those tips and tricks. So subscribe to this channel because I'm intending to upload way more videos on recording, mixing, mastering, even Eurorack stuff. So definitely subscribe so you don't miss out.